Hello my friends, and welcome back to the Garage Life channel. I'm glad to see you again, and if you are new to the channel, please subscribe and like. Check out our videos. We're taking you to adventures new to us and hopefully new to you. We're also doing a bunch of reviews and some how-to videos. So today we're going to get started on a little revival project. Not a big one. Brutus is very important to us. We use it all the time. But it is 5 years old and it is time to give her a little love. Treated us very well, time for us to treat her well. Already got a jump start on you guys. Check that out right now and then we'll come back and I'll show you what is on the hood and what we are doing today. All right, my friends, it is time for us to get started and Brutus is nasty. So let's take a look at what we are starting with. Probably the dirtiest Brutus has ever been. Still plenty of dust on the truck from our South Carolina trip. Brake dust all over the wheels. Interstate bugs all over the truck. Just absolutely filthy. Never seen her this dirty. Probably mad at me. But after we get done here, there's going to be a huge transformation. Oof. Let's get started. Here we go, guys. In my soap area. We're not going to put car wash soap this time. We're going to go for the full strength Dawn. Guys, do not use this when you're doing a normal car wash. This is going to take all the contaminants off, at least a bunch of them. But the biggest thing it's going to take off is everything I've ever sprayed on here, waxed on here, just the layers before you get to the paint. And I say don't use this on a normal car wash because you want to keep that on your paint as long as possible and keep a little protection. So I'm going to use this today to get everything off, but it will not be for normal use. And I am going to use a lot. We're going to soap this thing up and get it nice and clean. So here we go. Now that Brutus has been very well washed, we can come inside and get out all these products, guys. All these products are what we're going to use right now to take care of a lot of 5-year-old issues with the truck. So stepping up and taking care of it a little bit, there's a handful of stuff here. I'll show you what we'll do with the heat gun very shortly. I have a pile of microfiber towels and probably use much more than that, so we'll be grabbing more of those throughout the process. One of my favorite tire gels, the tire wet gel from Black Magic. I just like these because you can actually hand apply instead of that spray that just goes all over the floor, makes a mess. So I do like to use that the most. The video is not sponsored by any of these guys, but I've also used Invisible Glass a lot. I really like that product, one of the best glass cleaners. I have a clay bar from Amazon. I will stick the link to the clay bars at the bottom. Not very expensive. Very important piece of this project. Also, I went with a ceramic wax this time. So I haven't used this product before, so it'll be the first time for us. See how it goes. I didn't want to go full ceramic coating just with that. I still wanted to apply a wax. So I have the buffer out. I'm going to do a little buffing on it with the ceramic wax and take all of it back off. And another important thing is touch-up paint. Scratches happen. I ran across this company on Amazon also, so we'll take a peek on how well they do. Sent me 2 bottles, one of clear coat, one of a paint match for the truck. A nice little package of brushes and also some toothpicks there. They had these squares, this little test paint palette for you, so you could use, and even came with a set of gloves. Thanks guys, it looks like we'll put that to use. and we'll put that to very good use, guys. So I'll show you what is really going on. There are rock chips all over the truck. Surprising when you even get to the side. You can see them right on the side there. So we're gonna go along the whole entire vehicle and get all the little nicks and chips, take care of those. First, we have to get that clay bar out. We'll clay the bar the whole entire truck down, find all our little chips in the paint just like that. After we're done clay barring, we'll be able to work on that paint situation. And when I said about the heat gun, guys, I also have another issue that I wanted to take care of for a long time. This kind of flat black, and it looks horrible down at the bottom. Everything's starting to come up, and it stops up here at the top of the door. And what I've been told is underneath these, it is actually painted. So I'm gonna get rid of all this, try to take this whole entire piece off, see how it looks underneath. I hope it is painted. I talked to the dealer when this happened, probably only 2 years into owning the truck, and they said, yeah, that's normal, happens all the time. There you go, good look at it right there, and they'll do nothing about it. So I'm gonna go to work on that. I think it'll look very nice with that taken off. And I'll have to make a decision about the clear ball that is on the truck. Right here at the corner, one of my first rock trips is right in the corner of that clear bra. They do have a shelf life, guys, so maybe it is a nice time for the project to take the clear bra completely off and get it redone. I have nothing against the product. I know it's a 3M that I put on it last time. I will, if it does get taken off, I will replace it with one that's a little bit bigger, because you can tell there is a big difference between no rocks here and immediately above all over the front of the hood. So we're gonna go to work on all this. Clay bar is gonna be first. I'm gonna grab myself a spray bottle with a little soap and water in it and start scrubbing it all down. I'll see you guys in a little while. It's gonna take me a bit. Friends, I wanted to take a second and see if I could really show you what this clay bar is designed to do. So here is the hood of the truck, and I want to see if I can get some good light on here. Added an extra light. It is, you guys can tell, actually rough to the touch. It's actually rough going across the hood of my truck right now. I take pretty good care of the paint. I also religiously wash it and clean it up, but it is just 5 years of, if you can hear that, sounds like sandpaper, and promise it's not just my hand, it really does feel that way. So this is what the clay bar is for. So I got one of the clays out, and what you want to do is just manipulate this into a shape for your hand to hold on to. You don't want this clay bar to hit the ground. The clay bar can do the whole entire truck without a problem, and the only reason I probably won't keep it for another project is it probably just won't stay clean, and the pack came with a handful of others. So I'm gonna spread this out a little bit before we start using it, make it nice shape for my hand to hold on to it really good. And here is my bottle of soap and water, and you don't want to use that clay bar without spraying something first. So I would actually put a little bit on the area that I'm doing and take my clay bar and just, oh, you can just hear it started already, and run across there. And don't do it in dry areas. So I'm going to give myself my other hand and spread this clay bar out a little bit, spray the whole entire hood, and get to work. Like I said, it'll be a little bit, but I will be back shortly. No, I'm not done yet, guys. I did do the hood. And yes, I am probably procrastinating just a little bit because this is a big truck. But let's just jump over here. I wanted to show you why I'm actually doing this and the difference. So I just clay barred the whole entire hood, and after I was done, just took some water and took off all the residue toweled it down, and here's the difference. Same exact areas. Don't hear a thing. It is smooth as can be before I could actually hear the sandpaper, and now it's just absolutely baby smooth. So what it's really taken out of the truck is I had these splotches all the way across the hood, just of layers of old wax and whatever else has been on the hood and sap and everything. So I think it's really done a great job, cleaned up a lot. What's up, guys? Clay bar is done and looking fantastic, but I have you guys sitting on the edge of the fender right there so we can address the next step, which is right there. Rock chips. So I think I got a good shot for you guys. I wanted you to see how this is actually gonna go. Rock chips, little scratch right there. Over on the side, I even have another chip there. They're all over the truck, just 5 years of use. So when I went searching around, I found Scratches Happen. So we're not sponsored by Scratches Happen. It's just something I found on Amazon. The new way to shop, it seems like anymore, comes right to your door. It was very easy to find out my paint color. Hopefully this will match, and if it doesn't, you guys will see that it doesn't work. So I've shaken this up a lot. It is pretty well mixed. I've opened the bag and seen a couple of the options I have here. Not only is there some like toothpicks in there, but here's a brush that I am not going to use that I think is just too big for that area. So they put this really cool one in. It almost looks like a little Q-tip at the end, but it's a perfect little size to kind of dab in there. So we're going to see how this goes. I'm initially going to try to just dab some paint inside of this, kind of to fill it to get it to the top level where the paint is. I'm going to try to get that done, and I really realized after I clean this well that is straight down to metal. So I'm glad I'm doing this now because I don't want this truck to rust. I don't want this to chip off even more, and that's all that's going to happen. So it's time to throw some paint on there. So let's see how we do, guys. Here's the rest of the bag. Like I said, I pulled out 2 of them, but there is a bunch of options in there. Even a smaller little Q-tip one right there. So a lot of different options. We really appreciate that. There's some gloves in the bag too. I'm not going to use this one for that scratch, but I know a couple more places that there is. All right, here we go. Because that laid out a lot easier than I expected. But what I'm going to do now, because I can tell there's a lot of paint on there, I did set up my heat gun. Instead of letting it sit, I'm going to give it a little help along. Great job, Scratches Happen. Yes, that is a very nice match. Paint laid out very nicely. So I don't even know if you guys can tell, but that is so good. But the next thing they actually give you is a clear coat too. So I will go over that with the clear coat. But first I'm going to run through the rest of the truck. Scratches Happen, thank you very much. I'm going to run through, get all this done, because before I buff this truck out, I definitely want this to sit overnight and dry out the rest of the way. So I'm going to get to work. I hope you guys like it. It looks fantastic in person. I hope the shot came out pretty good. And let me get back to work. All right, friends, paint worked fantastic. It looks great. I am gonna let that sit. Actually, I'm gonna let it sit overnight. I'm gonna let it sit for a little while too before I even put that clear coat on it and make it bring the shine out. But I wanna do one more thing before I call it a day, because we have a big day of buffing tomorrow, and that is these side pillars right here. As you guys saw on the other side, I was showing you how they were flaking off. This side is even worse. They look just awful. And like I said, the dealership said, normal, just what happens with the truck. Normal wear and tear. So I'm gonna take the heat gun to this, start seeing if I can start separating that out. I do have another way to go about this, if you guys are watching the trailer video, but I'm not gonna resort to that just yet. This is a little bit different than the graphics on the trailer. So heat gun time. I'll speed this up and see if it works. I hope there's paint underneath. Let's find out. Well guys, I gotta let that goop be gone and sit on there a little longer and a little bit more elbow grease, but holy smokes, that looks so much better. It is painted underneath. I've got a bunch in the cracks, so I gotta get out. So I will turn the camera off, start cursing a little bit and get through those. But what a difference. I've been putting up with them for years, and I just don't think I'll miss it. I don't even think I'll realize that it's gone and it's not black and it's actually the color of the truck. So we're definitely getting there. We've got a nice paint drying right there, a bunch of the chips filled. I'm gonna get some clear coat over that here shortly, but before I do that, I am gonna tackle this side. This is the one I showed you first. You guys see at the bottom. So might as well get that heat gun back out over here and this side done. So guys, this has been a huge pain in the neck, but it is very satisfying to get it all off. I will make suggestions. Take your time. Gun's your friend. And also your worst enemy, because it'll burn your skin very easily. It starts going the wrong way when you pull off. You just make more work for yourself. For example, pieces down here at the bottom. But heat it up. Don't yank on it hard. You can see it pulling right out of the door there. Get it all the way over to the side. See how it comes all the way out of that edge. And if I didn't take my time getting it hot, you just have a big old mess, which I do on a bunch of other windows. See, look at all that junk back there. So satisfying. All right guys, I'm gonna get to the bottoms. Still have some more glue left on the other side. And like I said, I will see you tomorrow. Good morning, beautiful people. So last night, freaked myself out a little bit. After we got all that paint dried, waited to the last minute before I went to sleep to actually put the clear coat on, and I dabbed the clear coat onto the spots, and it came out milky. When I actually put the clear coat from the brush on top, it had this milky residue over it, and it freaked me out. I was like, all this work and what the heck is going on? But whatever that magic was, it is perfect. So amazing job, guys. I will definitely recommend that scratch paint, that touch-up paint, because it did a fantastic job for me. Let me see if I can show you one or two of the spots. Here's a big one. You can actually see there's probably still an indentation here with a rock slammed into the pillar here. But look at that color match, guys. Let me see if I can get that well. That color match is just fantastic. So of course I didn't put any little filler in there or anything like that, but I am very happy with how that turned out. There's some big ones on the front of the hood. Light's not as good up here, but there's one right there. You see on the edge, I still have to get some polish on there and get that out. But compared to how these looked, right down to bare metal, which was gonna start rusting, it had to be done. And I think now on this step, running the buffer over everything, it's gonna just shine everything up, hopefully smooth it out a little bit too, and I don't have to go back and wet sand. But the way it looks right now, I think we're in good shape. So, big project for me this morning. I wanted that to dry all night, and I added racing stripes to Brutus. I put painter's tape around the edges. We'll slap that off as soon as we're done. But I just figured for how much work it is to try to get wax off of black plastic, if you guys have tried it before, holy smokes, it's a pain in the neck. Here's some more touch-up spots, guys. You can see there's a little indentation there, but as far as the color, it looks amazing. And there was a big dent on the back here. That was all the way down the tailgate. Again, perfect match. So I have some work to do again. I'll let you guys have a little time lapse and enjoy my process. I have the ladder out because the truck is tall. Even though I am tall, I need to get up on that hood. And more importantly, I can't forget about the roof. One of the major things in the vehicle that a lot of people just overlook, especially on trucks because it's so stinking high. I gotta get up there and put a great coat of wax. All right, guys, I think I've done my prep work. Here is our Pro Ceramic Wax. Gives us a bunch of information on the side, some easy directions. Basically says even an idiot can do it, so hopefully I can pull this off. And the last thing down here has NASA technology, and it wants me to share my shine when I'm done. So let's see how it really works. Let's go. Alright my friends, that was actually a workout. It is not that hot in this garage, but I got some good little exercise there, heated up the morning. We're gonna let this sit for at least a half hour, let it haze up the rest of the way. You guys can see it is starting to haze right now. Like I said, we're gonna let this sit on here for about a half hour. I did not worry about the top at all. You guys know, like we've been talking about, I'm not too sure what we're gonna do with the top. We gotta get that color right. I'm thinking about racks, a whole bunch of other stuff. You can see, guys, this is still very wet. So this hasn't even started to haze up yet. We will let this sit 30 minutes, maybe even an hour. We'll wipe it all down and get to the final steps, guys. Very excited. This should be a very good success. We'll put this first coat on and see what we think. We may do another, but the last handful of things we're gonna figure out how to fix this, replace this, and just finish up the renew. Brutus is looking great. And let's see how this wax does in about 30 minutes an hour. All right, friends, I brought you down to one of my dirtiest wheels when that wax is drying. I have grabbed one more thing off the cabinet, off the shelf, that I think I really want to use. It is 10, 15 years old. I've used it a bunch. I have no idea if you can still get it. Eagle One, Never Dull. Old can. And what it is, you guys can see, it's almost like, looks like insulation, but it's not. Kind of makes your own cloth right there, and you just tear off a piece. Here, let me get a piece out of here for you. So super easy to use. You take yourself a wad. It does not have to be this big, but I'm gonna do it on all 4 wheels. And it really is just like a wax, where you get up here and you put it all on. But once you get this stuff on, you let it dry like a wax. It's gonna clean up, put a nice coating on there. And what you guys will see when you let it sit is just like the paint on the truck's doing right now, that'll actually turn a little white. You'll come back and wipe that down. So I'm gonna do the whole wheel. My goodness, look at all the dirt. I may be using a little bit more than I expected. So this really does clean off really good. So I'm gonna go around, I'm gonna do all 4 wheels with this. And I've also said before, I really like the tire wet gel. So I have this, I've got a nice applicator sponge. I'll put it on here and start wiping down. I'm gonna hit this wheel first and keep on rolling around, see what you guys think when I'm done. Take it anymore. It's time to get this wax off. I can't wait to see how the truck's looking. The wheels and tires are doing very well. I have to go around and do the final wipe down of the wheels, but it is time to get this wax off. So I grabbed a brand new microfiber cloth. I'm gonna do this a couple times. This will not be the only one that I go through. And it's time to wipe the truck down. So I figured, let's see what ended up underneath this little white haze and see how this product's doing. All right guys, hopefully you can see this in the light. Also wanted to say that you do not have to use that buffer to put this on your vehicle. The only reason I use the buffer, I feel like it actually saves a little bit of my energy manhandling that machine around compared to doing the good old-fashioned Karate Kid with the application pad. So couple little things, guys. Don't just grab a buffer and go for it yourself for the first time. Use it on an old car, some old paint. Do not stay in one spot for long. What you'll actually do is start burning through the paint. So make sure you do that. Keep it, when you guys saw me go through, I tried to keep my strokes long. I kind of tried to follow the whole entire panel. So try to do that. And like I said, if you're not comfortable using the buffer, no worries. Just do it by hand. It also comes out great. Maybe it's just a little bit more work, but holy smokes, guys. I'm just now looking forward to doing the rest of this truck. Look how good that looks. Yeah, that's fantastic. Looks great. You guys can see right there, little touch-up paint for a nasty scratch down the side of the truck. You wouldn't even notice unless you really walked up on it and knew it was there. Such a great paint match. Can't say enough about those guys. And it looks like this wax is gonna be fabulous also. All right, guys, I'm gonna wipe down the rest of this truck and see how she looks. So today's supposed to be the day that you get Brutus unveiled. After all the special shining and work that we've done, and I gotta tell you guys, it looks awesome and I can't wait to show you. But because of my procrastination, I'm sitting here waiting for the UPS guy because I have not fixed the front headlight yet. So I have to do that. I'm gonna show you that, but to make it even worse, better, definitely worse, this is what's going on right now. It is not nighttime. It is definitely a heavy spring storm right now. So I don't want to get the truck wet. I don't want to unveil this to you guys inside the garage. So we're going to keep our fingers crossed that this is almost over. We're going to keep our fingers crossed that UPS shows up because of my procrastination with picking the new light for you guys. So let's see how it goes. In the meantime, subscribe. Please subscribe. Hit the like button. I have so much more coming for you guys very shortly. But I'll sit here and wait this out. You'll be right back to see the truck, I hope. It is here. They have shown up. I got one box, and inside that were two boxes, and this is the fix to the headlights. And my fix is a straight replacement. Yep, that's what we're doing, guys. We're just gonna replace the headlight completely. Doing it a little different though. I wanted to keep a little bit of chrome on there, but we're gonna start blacking this truck out a little bit. And I say that because my feelings, guys, on these trucks is there is a ton of chrome in it from like the 1980s. There's so much chrome on this truck. The whole front of the truck seems to be, as you can see, all chrome. And of course, to show you guys, this is what we're fixing, is that headlight right there. And I decided not to replace just that headlight with a factory unit because I would just expect the second one to go bad too. So here's that. There is the replacement new headlights. I'm gonna get to work on this. I understand I need to take that top shroud off. I need to pull the grill out. And then the headlights will be changed. I'm gonna get to work doing that right now. You see it like this. And then the beauty of YouTube. Here it is. And done. Oh, wait, no we're not. Forgot a piece. Hold on one second. And done. That's better. Now everything's back together. Well guys, that looks absolutely fantastic and did get rid of that chrome a little bit on the corner. Obviously that huge bumper and grill are still there. Upcoming, I promise, we'll be doing more with that, but these lights look fantastic. Resemble the factory projectors that I had on there originally, but of course black in the rear. So let's do this. Let's get her pulled out. It is time to do a proper unveil. There she is, my friends. 5 years later, still happy as can be. Feel like I just picked her up off the showroom floor. New headlights look fantastic. You can tell it's still a little drizzle outside, so already getting wet. But I knew that was going to happen. So my friends, I hope you really enjoyed the episode. I know this one was a little bit different, but I promise you this is important stuff, guys. If you decide to keep something that you've spent a lot of money on, you definitely want to keep it nice. This is a 5-year update for us. Just a little nice cleaning, get all the 5-year gook off. Fresh clay bar, scrub those wheels down. I wanted to show you guys too, what those tires really look like when you don't use the spray. That's with the applicator. It is much messier of a job, but I promise you they do look better when it's done, and it doesn't have that like exoskeleton crud on top of your tire with dust and everything when it's done. But thank you very much to everybody that made some incredible products. Scratches happen. I am definitely going to give them some love, send them some information. You can see the raindrops are hitting right now, guys, but on these old scratches, perfect paint matches. They look fantastic. You can do a little bit more to make it even better, but they look great. All right, stop the bus, hold the train, reel it back in. Guys, I gotta stop and I gotta do one more thing. I feel like a little bit of a chicken, and if you look into the wax I put on the truck, you will actually see they have a pretty cool video of a bucket of dirt getting thrown over the hood of a white truck or a white car. But the one big difference here is I did not do half of my hood with the wax and half without, so we can't compare. But we can throw a bucket of dirty water on the hood. I don't know why I'm doing this, but this is gonna prove the point if it really does work or not. Even though it looks great, let's see if it's really gonna protect the truck like they say it will. So I've got a nasty bucket full of water. Oh, that's just disgusting. Absolutely disgusting. It's about the best I can find here. My other options were buckets full of dirt and rocks, because that seems to be what we have here all over the yard. So it is a bucket full of maybe pine needles that have been decaying for 15 years. That's great. It'll work perfect. So here we go. I'm not gonna be a chicken. I'm gonna do it. I'm gonna end this video right. Thank you very much, guys. I hope you loved the video. Please subscribe. So much more to come. So much more we do. Check out our other videos. Like a couple for me. Leave some comments and let me know if this was just a horrible idea. Here we go. Let's get you guys set up in a reasonable place. Well, it definitely works pretty well, because I can't even set my camera on the hood. So let's try something a little different. Horrible idea. Horrible idea, buddy. Horrible idea. Guys, it is actually working. The only thing that's left on there are bubbles and piles. So I've definitely determined that that bucket was full of crap. It's a lot better than my first bucket, which was full of rocks, but let's see, because it just doesn't even look like it's sitting on the truck. Let's see if this squirts right off. Well, there you go, my friends. I was definitely very unsuccessful for doing what they did on their video, but I had a very different consistency in my bucket. I will tell you, nothing is laying flat on the truck. It does look like it's protecting the paint great. Look at that water just dripping off. Here comes another one, just falling right off, racing toward the edges. All right, my friends, I do call that a success. Thank you very much for tuning in. Now I'll let you get out of here. Peace. I will absolutely put the link to that ceramic wax because I'm very happy how it turned out.